The Amaranthi Farm strikes again! You done, Rust Devils! Take me to your farming leader!
I'd also like to point out that as I walked up to them, because it won't have been picked up on recording, as I walked up to them, one of them was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, shut the hell up! I can hear something," as I was walking in broad, like, with my lights
Whoa,
on.
whoa, wait a minute!
It doesn't have to be this way! Where did he go? There was another one around here.
Oh, more a tea.
Oh, I guess he just died.
I always wondered what happened to that Rust Devil. I guess he died.
I guess Ada killed him? Question mark. No.
Ada killed him with her run cycle.
But, yeah. Smoothly transitioning from... Oh no, there's a vertibird. Smoothly transitioning from what we mentioned last time. Exclusivity?
Yes, exclusivity is a word. I know it sounds a little bit foreign on the tongue at first, but it is a word.
Like, so...
I feel we're going to have very different opinions on this. Maybe because you play PC games and I'm a console player. But I mean, you play consoles as well, but...
Here's the thing. When it comes to consoles, exclusivity makes sense. Like, it's how they keep going, you know? You kind of...
Oh, flipping.
That was Ada. Like, if you didn't have
She's got a good gun on her.
Yeah. If you didn't have exclusivity on consoles, they'd grow stagnant very quickly. Like...
Yeah, kind of like the Microsoft situation, where they've kind of... They've lost ground because they haven't had enough exclusives.
Yeah, so it was like, why would I buy it when... Oh, I thought that was muted.
It's okay, again. So long as it's nothing private, it's okay if people phone up.
No, it was just a text. I'll respond to that in a moment.
Fair enough.
Yeah, console exclusivity makes a lot of sense, you know.
You also may want to explain the situation, because I'm only roughly familiar with it all.
Okay.
And because the people may not know about the situation.
To fully explain the situation, Obsidian are making The Outer Worlds. I've been very excited for this game, because I like New Vegas. It's basically New Vegas in space, with, like, the bright colours of Oblivion. So everything I could have wanted from a Bethesda game. Made not by Bethesda.
Made by the original creators of Fallout.
I'm going to be getting it on PC. Because
Raph doesn't have himself a Linux.
It makes the most sense, I feel, for those type of games, because mods are more easily accessible and stuff.
Well, they are a PC developer, I'd say that kind of...
yeah.
You know, like, if they were, say, specifically, you know, if they had a Mac or Linux background, maybe it'd make more sense for those systems. Hi! He's really friendly, isn't he? He's happy to see us.
He's going to attack me.
Oh, you want a hug? Let's play baseball. We win!
More... Oh, Ada blew it apart. Jesus Christ.
Gosh, she's
made a monster.
She's the number 4 batter.
Codsworth, I think I found someone to be your friend.
Yeah, you know, like, people will have certain backgrounds, like, I guess, you know, back in the microconsole days, you know, certain companies would be better at making, say, for the C64, so
yeah.
That's the version that's more likely to go better.
We murdered everyone over there, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Cool.
As we have been, unless there was a specific developer who ended up porting it, which are a particularly good port, you know.
But yeah, so, unfortunately, it's been delayed by a year on PC. Because someone, in all their genius, decided to make it a timed exclusive for an entire year. For
Has the Silver Shroud Radio been updated? Because he said that he'd do some more things in the Silver Shroud Radio at some point, didn't he?
Probably. But it's become a timed exclusive for Epic Games.
Okay, now here's where I am a little confused on. To my knowledge, is Epic Games effectively Steam, Origin, Uplay sort of thing?
Same kind of deal, but it's the guys that made Fortnite.
Okay.
So
it's like kind of like straight. It's, you know, it's a service sort of thing.
yeah, so
it's still technically out on PC.
It's out on PC, but you can only buy it through that and the Microsoft Store because you can't stop Microsoft from putting it on the Microsoft Store when they now own the company.
Yes. So it's not exclusive to Epic Games, it's also on Microsoft Store.
Yeah, but I don't have a
like
good...
the Windows 10 thing, people say, oh, well, that's no problem.
We should have killed the
Microsoft keep making all their games, on the PC now, so they don't have exclusives anymore. But no, they're making it Windows 10 only, and Windows further. So technically, if in this situation we're saying, because I've heard people say it's exclusive to Epic Games,
you can.
But
get
if it's on Microsoft Store, it's the same thing. Like people are saying. With the Microsoft thing that it's PC now, so there's no reason to get an Xbox exclusive, but it's only specifically Windows 10.
Yeah.
It's not all PC.
There's also the fact that I don't have a good relationship with Microsoft in that sense because they screwed around with my Xbox Gold.
Yeah, that was...
So... I don't have any intent on buying it through them. It's kind of a problem. Like, I want competition for Steam, and most of them I don't think are good. I would rather it be exclusive to Origin.
You do have Origin, though, because of the Spore, don't you?
Yeah, I have Origin. Spore's also on Steam. It gets into the situation where I don't see the point really on exclusives on PC. Like, it's still on PC, but like it's a timed exclusive as well for a start. So I'm just gonna wait a year and buy it on Steam.
But if we said it was on PC, not Steam, it was going to be PC, not Steam.
Yeah, when it's released on PC, it will be available on Steam. It's been on the Steam market.
Here's a question. Take away the services. The Steam, the Uplay, the Origin, and the Epic Games. When a game releases on PC, is it actually out on PC if it's not on any of those four?
Yeah.
Like, can you just go to their website and download and purchase it directly from them?
I don't think so.
Where does it get stored? Because that's the thing. Because PC,
that's probably...
despite being technically a singular system, because it's DOS, not PC, because unfortunately the term has become, like Coca-Cola when people actually mean Pepsi.
Yeah.
There is 3 different systems, the PC, the Mac, and the Linux in the competition. And those 3 systems do have games which end up being exclusive from time to time.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people who... It's why you have a lot of Kickstarters which will mention we've got a Mac and Linux goal, sort of thing. When, they say at first we're releasing on PC, but there's a Mac and Linux goal. Or iPhone and Android. And there'll be games which are released for several months earlier on only one of those systems and take ages to come out on the other one. But at the same time, those are systems, not... Well, no, those are Well, those are the machines, not the system. It's very hard for me to say, because, of course...
Yeah.
My day was much easier with just stuff like the Amiga, and you can tell, you get the machine, you don't have to worry about what's running on the machine, because the machine is the machine.
Basically, oh Christ, that's a bit too painful. It'll be on Steam. So part of the issue is they've had a page up for it on Steam for ages. Like a coming soon thing. And
is this the only one location? I thought you had to go to another location after this area.
I think you have to do a couple jump around. So someone had been updating the Steam page as well with the achievements a couple hours before it was revealed that it's going to be on Epic Store first.
Yeah.
So, like, people aren't sure if Obsidian were actually told, or if it was just, like, individual store members weren't told kind of thing. But, yeah, you go, Ada. Oh! But yeah, so, like, my biggest issue is I don't like Epic. and I liked them less when I started reading into things. Apparently, from what I've read into,
they've gone mad with power since Fortnite's success.
Kind of, yeah. They actually access your friend list from Steam without permission.
I've heard something about some sort of data-looking thing that the store does do. Though I believe when someone pointed out, they said there were some problems, like there was this one malware thing that they do end up putting on.
Yeah.
But they ended up pointing out that the thing they do is actually done by every single... Well, one of these other things they did. Is actually done by every single one of the companies, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Checking your stuff. Like, Steam will do it to you and all that, they will... It's just something that's just common practice. It's something that if people all knew about, they wouldn't be happy with it. But it's just kind of this one thing that they don't mention. That you could probably find in the, terms of service somewhere, but...
No one reads
those. There's actually a video I need to watch at some point about where someone asks people who've actually read the term of services what are the most interesting things you've discovered from them.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually fascinated about hearing people who've actually spent the time reading the terms of service in great detail. I've attempted to read them, but I can only get so far before my mind starts to melt.
Sorry, he annoyed me.
Yeah, Epic. What other things?
And on top of that, they made Fortnite, and they've got
they've basically abandoned the whole single campaign. Their whole.
They've got mode. A huge range of genuinely talented designers that are stuck and forced to work on Fortnite skins, and that upsets me. A lot, because they are genuinely good character models and skins.
Again, much like my thing about, good developers going off to die in the mobile market.
Yeah.
I mean, they live, but, they're not really the same at that point.
Yeah. But, I don't know, it seems like a weird thing for PC, fronts to have this exclusivity. And, I guess to a degree it's you could argue that, it makes sense for, EA. But, people like Origin has exclusives. But yeah, it makes sense because EA, the games that are exclusive are made by EA. Or, the companies that they own make them.
I'm just kind of wondering, did Epic Games fund?
They didn't fund it.
Well, no, they wouldn't have funded any development because, there's some or are they publishing? Because Devil's Third, for instance, Nintendo published it, so
they're not the publisher.
I mean, obviously they'll have given them a paycheck for this exclusivity deal. That's
from what I can gather, they basically paid them off to have it.
But I kind of find that a bit weird because
you would have been able to.
The company is now owned by Microsoft.
Yeah,
Microsoft have money.
I think it's the publishers, because I don't think Microsoft's technically the publisher.
No, they're not the publisher of this game. They're basically
So I think the publisher made a deal with them and got given money.
Microsoft actually have pretty good deals in terms of if someone's working on a game for other systems at the time they purchase them, they allow it. They allow it just fine.
Yeah.
They don't. They won't start saying, okay, what games are we going to decide upon, sort of thing, until after they finish whatever they were working on at the time.
Perfect.
If it's nearing release, I mean, obviously, if they're, if it's midway development, for instance, the GameCube games they're working on, Microsoft are you could release them on Game Boy Advance, but if they're going to be coming out on a console, you can't release them on another console, sort of thing. They're not Outer Lands is clearly far into development, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So Microsoft weren't going to suddenly make that exclusive.
But
which, funny enough, as we're talking about the game being made exclusive.
Yeah, the current...
But not by Microsoft. That's weird, isn't it? They own them, and it's like Microsoft haven't made them exclusive.
The current rumour mill is that it was basically paid to have it exclusive for that first year on. I mean, it's not even affecting console release. The consoles still get it at the same time as...
Well, the console's always going to get it later.
No, they get it, as far as I'm aware, at the same time as Epic.
So basically, it's only really messing up with
PC,
Steam,
the main market.
Steam, Mac, Steam. Sorry, it's only really messing up with Steam, Origin, and Uplay users, really.
Yeah. The main market.
Yeah. But from sounds of it, it's for once not messing up. Okay, again, lots of people tend to use PC as shorthand when they really should be using DOS.
It's not affecting Mac.
It's not affecting Mac or Linux users, to my knowledge.
No. Because they've probably already made the required alterations for it to function on both of those.
I mean, of course, it's a little bit hard trying to adjust it for Linux because the Linux's greatness is how customizable it is. But
yeah, but to be fair, Obsidian are pretty good with this kind of stuff. So
yeah, it's a
weird one.
It's a weird situation. Again, because I'm a console player at heart, and even back when I was interested in the computers. You know, Amiga and Atari ST, you know, they didn't run off, you know, there's no situation like Steam or anything on those.
That was close.
Yeah, it was. I do have one way that can all be circumvented, weirdly enough. Well, that robot was powerful.
Yeah.
Or to a degree, release it physically for PC.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Because that way, you don't have to... Like, I feel there's definitely been a problem. Because people have kind of shorthanded Steam as meaning PC. Or meaning Mac. Or meaning Linux.
For so long it's been the only real...
Steam has been way too dominant. And you can probably actually find plenty of games which are Steam exclusive.
Probably because it's such an easy platform to release the games on.
Yeah. But ones which aren't available on... Origin or Uplay or even just regular PC,
yeah,
or regular Mac or regular Linux, you know, because it's the digital storefront, and because, you know, again with that sort of market, physical gaming is far less important.
It's also a matter that putting it on Steam makes it a lot more likely to sell.
Yeah, I mean it is the biggest market sort of thing, but it's still an exclusive, and not everyone will have Steam, as weird as that may be. In that market, some people will support Origin or Uplay. I mean, heck, wasn't Toe Biscuit saying that Origin was actually improving a lot?
Yeah.
And actually starting to really shape up as compared to Steam.
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, from what I've heard from Uplay, weirdly enough, generally works really well whenever it's not being played on a PC, Mac, or Linux. Because apparently it does function very well on the consoles.
Yeah.
Not kind of what Uplay wants, but Ubisoft aren't generally just not very good with
PC.
Yeah. Kind of weird they try to enter that market, but
Well, they probably saw there wasn't really much competition for Steam. Turns out there might be a reason for there not being much competition to Steam.
But yeah, like there's probably lots of things which are Steam exclusive, and it's kind of a problem because there's a lack of physical sales for PC.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a big fan of exclusives because I feel the games are in turn tied to the identity of a system, and furthermore, with a console, it's a little less nowadays, but in general with consoles, you have to tailor the design to fit the system itself, what its strengths are and such, or even the controls. For instance, I found out that with Kingdom Hearts 3, a very minor sort of difference is the placement of the control stick compared to the D-pad on the PS4 controller versus the Xbox One. The Kingdom Hearts controls feel best suited to the PlayStation controllers because of the placement of the D-pad to switch between your action commands.
Sounds weird.
I've been comfortable playing it on the Xbox One, but it does feel to me like, you know, the way the D-pad is positioned in a rare case actually feels better on a PS4 to me.
I'd probably be
for
more...
Kingdom Hearts specifically.
Yeah. I'd probably be more okay with it if it wasn't a timed exclusive.
Well, the thing is,
because then it's like an actual exclusive. However, again, it's very much kind of out of nowhere. There was no hint or anything for this being like
I'd say
exclusive.
My problem is less to do with its timing. I'd say the issue I'd say is like if a game's made exclusive to a system, then they're taking advantage of a system strength sort of thing.
Yeah, you can't really do that with PC,
if a company,
can you?
Or if a company decides to purchase some exclusive rights, for instance, say, with and even some time exclusives, like Microsoft have given money towards both Cuphead and what was it? The Happy Pill game.
We Happy Few.
We Happy Few. That's it. You know, they actually, you know, paid money towards them. We Happy Few became exclusive to them, and Cuphead became time exclusive to them.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting Cuphead to come out.
Microsoft apparently was the one who encouraged it. They just said, yeah, go for it.
What an interesting...
Which is weird that they'd say that about one of their own exclusives and one of the few reasons to get an Xbox One.
One of the best reasons to get an Xbox One.
But Microsoft have been doing odd decisions like that, admittedly. But I guess, again, it's the Game Boy Advance situation and Rare.
Yeah.
You know, they see the Switch as a handheld rather than a console. You're never going to see them interact that way with Sony. That's for sure. But then again, Microsoft appealing to the... there's actually... Although it's going to be interesting to see if it pays off, Microsoft appealing to Nintendo users this much has actually been really helpful for their image. And I think provided the next system, you may actually see some people who usually only buy the Nintendo system may actually consider getting a Microsoft system purely out of support, as it were.
Yeah.
That and because Sony have been just repeatedly shooting themselves in the foot lately, in terms of their message, as it were. I mean, their games have been doing fantastically, of course, but the way Sony are going about things hasn't been great.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when a company wants an exclusive, they'll usually fund money towards the development of it.
Yep.
You know, Nintendo did that with, say, Bayonetta 2. Microsoft did that with, the games I just mentioned. You know, they pay money towards helping the company release their games.
And that'll increase sales on that console and potentially increase sales for that console.
And there'll be games tailor-made for certain systems, yada yada. But of course, that's definitely not the case here.
No.
It's also, again, the really weird sort of thing of, again, it's a PC split up in 4 different sales systems, and the problem is because of Steam's monopoly.
Mm.
Like, if there was a physical release, that kind of goes past those stores.
Yeah.
And it then becomes a case of, then it becomes store purchasing exclusivity. It's like, certain stores will get, we're the only ones able to sort of sell this game sort of thing.
We get,
because that happens quite a few times in America, and there's, like, special editions exclusive to only certain stores.
Yeah, we get special editions.
Like Amazon does it a lot. That kind of annoys me with Amazon, but that's because they're a corrupt company which need to burn.
They do.
And I say that even more than Google. I mean, I know Google have probably done a lot of corrupt things, but Amazon basically run a slave trade.
Come back in range.
No, I'm leaving. Come get me. Come get me. You can't. Ha! You can't get past doors. Oh, that wasn't your head. You just blasted off.
Nah. If you take damage whilst hacking a door, it knocks you off of it.
It's a situation that's just rarely sort of seen. Yeah, your store has the occasional store exclusives, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess is the equivalent to what they're doing, because the things are stores. Okay, well, we need to end the episode here, because I think there's going to be some more story sequence here.
There will be.
So, also... Oh, long one. But yeah, it's a really odd situation.
It is.
I find I'm very uncomfortable trying to talk about it, because, like, I can understand a system exclusive.
I want the game
a
to come
console.
out. I want the game to come out physically if it can.
I mean, I can understand... Like, if someone were going to say, it's exclusive to Mac or exclusive to Linux, I feel I could understand that more than I can about the services making it exclusive. I mean, at least some do make sense, as you said. EA will make them games themselves that they make exclusive to some of their systems or things. Or Uplay, there's certain features that are only exclusive to the Uplay thing, but that's because they're their engines they've obviously built
I guess the
are
best
tied
way,
within their online network they've just built for it.
I guess the best way to describe it would be if on the Xbox you had like the Xbox store and then Origin or something, and then you could only buy the game through Origin.
Whereas all I've heard from what EA and such have done is that they've had exclusive features if you have an account, but they never stop you from purchasing it. Like, there's exclusive features with Child of Light. Like, apparently if I registered with Uplay, I could have gotten an extra gem every day logging into Uplay once each day, which is a cool incentive, but, you know, it's not mandatory.
I don't know, it's a weird thing. I don't like it, because
again,
I don't intend to support Epic Games.
But again, it all kind of stems from the problem of Steam having a monopoly and it being seen as releasing on PC, but when they what really mean is releasing on Steam, not releasing on PC. I think
that was mostly a joke people were making, the idea that Steam is the main platform they use. Because like, if it was exclusive to Origin, I would have still got it. Hell, Uplay I might have even considered.
And again, it's like, there are probably lots of games exclusive to Steam which you can't get on PC any other way other than through the Steam store.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember there was a recent bit of controversy when, I think it's, One Punch Man Season 2 is going to be exclusive to Hulu.
Yes.
In terms of the streaming services. And everyone's like, it should just release on Netflix. It's like, well, how do you expect new Hulu to compete? Netflix has a domination on the market.
I don't even want it on Netflix.
And Netflix has tons of exclusives.
Yeah.
You know, they had the whole Marvel series exclusive to them. You know, I couldn't get them until I've still not watched Daredevil because it took so long for it to come out on DVD at a ridiculous price.
I just kind of want a way to be able to watch One Punch Season 2.
It's like, you know, it's strange. No one complained about any Netflix exclusive, but the moment another company tried to have an exclusive, they complain. It's like, well, if these companies are exclusive, they're obviously going to try to compete with exclusives.
Yeah.
So I can understand, you know, Epic Games in the sense of, you know, having an exclusive to fire off Steam's.
I can understand them having exclusives because they make their own games.
But it's because they haven't made this one.
They haven't made this one.
Clearly, they haven't just paid for development.
Given money to the company to be like, hey, this will make up for the loss of sales you'll have during the first year that this isn't on Steam. Put it on our thing and give us money.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
But, you know, I can understand feeling like you're in an underdog situation, but then again, it's also the people who made Fortnite where
they're not in an underdog situation at all. They just know that Fortnite's dying and they're desperate to try and find a way to keep their money.
But yeah, I felt it was worth it talking a little bit longer off the screen for that. So, cheers, everyone!
Bye.